Hey everyone, time to dive back into the insanity with this Cthulhutech pack of Tagers for another Tuesday fun-filled episode. So at the end of the last episode, we had this really weird thing go down where some people in chat had donated to have the plants in the building, in the apartment that they were in, kind of come to life and take on a Cthulhu-esque, like, viney creature of destruction. We backed at the beginning of this episode to replay some of what happened to let the players realize what was going on. And that's when Ghost lined up with one of the guards and, but intangible, and then solidified inside of him, blew his body up, and that's where they realized the plants were starting to come alive. So we'll see how they handle that and what they do to this apartment. That was ridiculous. So,
Yeah,
Good.
it was.
That's what it counts.
essentially what happens here, Ghost lines up with this guy. Like, essentially she goes intangible and lines her body up inside of him and then just resolidifies. As she does this, his body literally explodes in the living room. Bits of his armor and his insides kind of hit and splatter against the back of the sofas over here. And then a bunch of his blood splatters against the walls, along with a mixture of... We just had this talk last night, so I mean I can go super far into it because viewers, a bunch of his internal organs splatter all over these plants. That's when things go weird, because as Ghost's body starts to glisten with all the blood from this guy she just erupted out of, and it splatters to the floor, she can see, and now this reddish tinged light in this living room, because the walls and the light coming in is all tinged red by the blood. She can see the blood slowly start to be pulled across the ground and the tile floor of the apartment towards these plants.
Literally, that's all you hear from Ghost. So she's just, guys,
And we get to the top of the round.
you might want to roll for the plants.
No, ma'am.
Oh yeah,
Nope.
they need initiative too.
They're going last. They're going last. It's good.
Okay.
They're just gonna
Well,
start
they're
calling me
plants.
Mama because I'm about to be very confused.
Nope. Lindsay's going first and has seen that her compatriot has shot Zane. She's going to shoot him too. And her agility is not as... Well, it's perception because it's marksman.
Yep.
We mark it off of her so we can see that it's her role doing this. Private Lindsay Thomas, and send. 13.
Alrighty. Well, I guess I'm going to spend 3 of my drama points to add dice. I'll take the 9 plus my 7. So 16.
Really,
Yeah,
you know what?
You dodge. She doesn't manage to hit you. Basically, as she's training the gun on you, you go to one side and then just juke, and she pulls a trigger and it just blows right through the wall of the apartment. After that brings us to Chris.
I'm going to rescue. I mean, he's dangling,
Yes.
so I'm going to rescue him with my forearm whips at 51 miles an hour.
I'm going to rescue him. Okay.
With 2 drama points.
Damn.
Nice.
I'll take the 31.
Are you trying to do damage?
No, I'm grabbing him. I'm grappling him with the forearm whips, and at 50 miles an hour, I'm taking him up and dropping him.
Okay.
I'm cleaning off the balcony.
Yeah, you're...
I mean, the interior. I mean, there's enough damage on the apartment. She's not getting the security deposit back.
Ever.
But I'm
Yeah.
trying to reduce the potential damage.
Yeah, you're definitely doing something.
He's being a kindly flying motherfucker.
I'm not even going to roll his dodge because that's just... it's a nice roll. So essentially, you grab this guy, rip him right off of the balcony he's holding on to, and you feel that little bit of a tug from the zip line he's attached to, and you just hear it go tink as you rip it right out of the balcony concrete and take him up into the air. When you drop him, he's still blind. Like he's just starting to come out of it, and you hear the scream right before he hits the ground.
What's this going past me? I think I'll call it wind.
Right. So that leads us to Ghost. Uh-oh.
Touchy, touchy, touchy.
Okay.
Pokey, pokey, pokey.
For a second there, I thought we lost Ghost.
No, Ghost was thinking.
Fair enough.
Poke. I touch. I touch.
All
Or at
right.
least I tried. I tried touch.
How many actions are you taking this turn?
I'll take 2.
Okay, so -2.
I'll take that 20.
Okay. He will attempt to dodge. Yeah, you'll get over by 8, so that's 2 additional dice.
Jeebus.
Nice.
So 1 for your strength, 1 for the damage of the actual attack.
And then 2 for the... Okay, so 4d10.
Yep,
16.
not bad. Not
See what
bad.
his stupid ass armor takes.
This armor is badass.
That's why I said stupid ass armor.
Not that time it wasn't.
Not that time, so he takes 10. That's not so good for him.
It's literally just from behind him. Next step is pick him up and carry him out.
So he's at -6, just like...
High top.
Well, no, just like the guy who just got, turned inside
Dropped
out.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, that guy, the guy that you mercilessly destroyed. So after that, well, actually, we go to Jeff. I completely skipped Jeff also, who's going along with Chris. So Zane is up. Zane got shot. Then Zane got shot at. What does Zane want to do?
And then Zane turned into a nightmare.
All right, so Zane's assuming his...
So 1, 2, 3.
His Schlacka form.
Yeah.
Yeah, Schlatka comes out.
And I'm gonna grab her by the face with my massive claws.
All right,
Make
so
him get out of the bathroom.
you got that? All right, so you're going to grab at her. All right, so you're just reaching out
Yep.
with his fucking bear claw.
I'll be taking 2 actions.
Okay. So let's do your melee first. Your fighting plus your agility. -2.
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, 8. My
Nice.
agility is 9.
30.
6, 7, 8, 9.
But
So
-2, right?
Yeah, but -2.
so 28.
That's okay.
Jeebus.
She's gonna try to
Respectable.
dodge. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Luckily for her, I'm not looking to do damage. I'm just grabbing her by the face.
Right. Yeah. So you grab her, like
Face masking.
essentially she goes to dodge, and you just go in like a missile, crunk, and just pull her. So you've got her
Basically,
grappled.
when I ever grappled, I'm pulling her to me. Granted, I'm huge, but now I have a meat shield, and I don't think he'll shoot his girlfriend.
I mean, if that's the relationship, but I get what you're going for.
Yeah, if
It's a theory.
either way, body shield.
True. Do they both also have to make rolls now? Okay.
I just made hers. She failed it by 4, so she's kind of frozen for the turn. It's already her turn, so she'll lose an action next turn. And let me get to Richard. See how he does. Well, we'll see if he fares any better. Oh, he better.
You'd hope.
Yeah, he beats your 16 you need for his fear factor, so he's got a 17. After that, that leads us to Ember. What's Ember doing?
Ember's gonna shift.
Okay. Apartment getting lit on fire. Got it.
Well, he did kind of say that. I mean, to his credit.
True.
I have a promise to keep.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Let me show you something.
So Ember literally erupts into flame.
Fire Marshal Veda Chicago.
What are you doing?
Here.
Like that's
I'm running up
instantaneous.
and I'm punching this dude in the face.
So as you start rushing through the room, your flesh starts to melt off your body and be replaced by this molten rock, and you just rear back to go punch this dude.
And I'm blowing 3 drama points.
Jesus.
Hey, he
Motherfucker's
hasn't
gonna
used
have
any.
no fucking face.
He hasn't used any.
Wow.
He just got here.
Falcon punch.
Sure you can.
But oh god.
18, not bad.
18.
He'll use the 6 for the 13, so it's +5, so you're still within that first +1 damage bracket, but you get +1 for your win.
And +4 for your massive strength.
Yeah, that shit's stupid.
Okay, so I get 1 from the damage. My strength is 15, so that's 4,
Do we need him to be able to talk?
5, and then that's
Yeah.
2 for the attack is
Yeah,
7.
but we have people that can medically induce a coma until he heals.
We have ways of making him talk. Oh, the ones help. The ones
Not
help.
by
It
much,
could have
but
been
they
much
help.
worse. Could have been much worse.
Yeah, that would have been a bad day. All right, let's see
This-
what.
Pair
This man
of
just has
eights
no
is still a
face.
pair of eights.
No,
No,
that's
it's-
the
that's
damage.
This is damage.
Oh, right. Okay.
Ooh. He'll take
He's
28.
learning a life lesson.
Wow, he'll take 28. That's
Life lessons are being learned on this day.
that was rough.
And that's when shit went sideways.
12,
Oh,
24.
that's true.
Yeah,
there was
oops.
a hard veer left.
That's true, Babel. We can feed him to the plants.
We could threaten
You-
to feed them to the plants.
You
Not that we know what the fuck the plants are.
Slam your fist into his chest, and when you hit, you feel this resistance barely hold you back as he's wearing this like Mark V like stealth armor, and you just hear the crunch of his ribs as they kind of crack under the force of your blow. Obviously, he's getting a bit singed. You know, big monstrous fire beast in front of me, kind of hurts. So he'll take his damage.
What's your carpeting?
It's tile.
Good call.
This is
Yeah.
semi-flame retardant.
He's not having a good day. Like there's definitely blood from his lips and from his nose where you just blast him in the chest with his rocky molten fist. He is not doing good. After Sean, we get to the security and then Richard. Richard is just fuck.
Not a happy camper.
Sit down.
Take a seat, motherfucker. Run away!
Tactical retreat.
Yeah, he's like he just
He's gonna
runs
hide the bathtub.
To the
runs,
closet.
grasping his chest and just coughing blood onto those tile floor as you hear the opens the door, slams the door shut. Actually, it's already open, so he slams the door shut behind him, like that's gonna do anything, and just you hear the footsteps run. Now, for those with scan and that other crazy shit,
Yep.
like
All of
Arclight,
us.
you see him. You fucking see him. Like he's leaning against the wall in the closet, trying to find like something in one of his pouches. You see him eventually decide that he doesn't apparently have anything to heal himself with, so he pulls the submachine gun, this heavy submachine gun, up off a strap that was behind his back,
Oh,
and is just pointing it towards the like the main area in the bedroom. This
do
guy
something funny.
moves, sees that.
Does he have to roll for a fear factor?
He is right now.
Okay.
8, so 15. So he's by 1. So he starts shaking. He's like, what the hell is that? Sees the molten beast and then the nightmare as well. So he's having a little bit of issues. Not enough to really give too much of a penalty, though. But he is going to
Not getting
unleash.
paid enough for this shit.
Nah, he pulls a Jeff and Alien and is just like, fuck! And just starts unleashing at Ember here. He's taking 1 action.
With his slightly cold head.
He's at
Got a
-3.
cold dome piece.
Yeah.
I give a new meaning to the word brain freeze.
+4 because -3. 14.
Still a good roll.
Yeah, it's a good roll.
Ember dodging there.
Yes, Ember will dodge.
Ember also hasn't been shot yet.
17. Ember does dodge. It's got to be him being a little off kilter from the fear of seeing you guys, that the bullets just go a little wide and just stay directly on course. Like he doesn't move. Once he fires, it's rigid. So once Ember just steps to the side, the bullets just keep going by him. And just started exploding through the closet and into the wall, and probably threw it into the hall out here. Who knows? Nobody really cares too much. At the end of that, Ghost hears in the living room behind her that's still swathed in the scarlet light from all the blood on all the windows. You can hear that weird creak and groan of like plants growing very rapidly.
I want to take a clipping home.
No.
Do you look back or just stay where you're at?
It's literally just kind of a head turn of what the fuck.
Cool. So, that's where things get fun. And you'll see each one of those plants start to erupt from the pots
What?
Oh, come on.
into
the fuck
these
is that?
massive bestial creatures.
Oh, no.
Guys, we should probably go.
Get him.
No.
I'll just.
Tenacity roll, please. A fear check for our friend. That would be Ghost. Difficulty is a 16.
Straight tenacity.
It's so it's your tenacity feat. So whatever half of your tenacity is plus your tenacity.
Okay. So 5d10 plus 10. Yeah, I think I'm good.
19. You're good. Yep.
Up. Ember, you need to do some weed eating in the living room.
On it.
All right.
I
So
think I may have made a boo-boo.
second actions that were people who took second 2 actions this turn.
1,
Yep.
2, 3, 4, 5. Can I, for the sake of humor, can I just pop up in the closet next to him without ever touching the door?
Well, you got to go through this guy.
I can go around him. Phase.
She can
Fair
go
enough.
through the kitchen.
Yep. Yeah, you can. Sure.
Just pop up and be like, hello. Touch. And I don't want to kill him.
Just
Well, I mean-
de-arm him.
Can we actually talk in these forms? I don't think my nightmare has a mouth.
No, you don't. You can't. You can
Oh.
talk to each
Yeah.
other, but you can't talk to
I'll just-
people.
Right.
Wave at him and then touch him.
Okay.
Pop up.
You phase right through the kitchen wall, through the refrigerator. That's creepy. And then burst into being again right next to him.
The refrigerator's just getting a little colder is all.
Azul likes it that way.
Alright.
So,
I'll take the 12.
what's your fighting?
2.
Okay, so yeah, then it is accurate. So it's a 12. He will take the 21.
That's fine.
So you reach out, and he literally throws himself back against the far end of the closet and pulls that submachine gun up. He doesn't fire it because he's already taken his turn, essentially. So, anybody else take a
I say-
second turn?
Yes, I did.
Did he roll fear for seeing me?
He did it originally.
And he beat our fear factor, which is higher than yours.
Fair enough.
But I did take a second action.
Okay.
I'm going to be busting through this wall here
Oh,
with
okay.
her in my hand.
Give me a strength feat. Are you busting through the wall with her? Like, this is different.
No, not
Are
with
you-
her head.
Okay, so you're
I'm
busting through the
I'm
wall
shouldering the wall.
and bringing her with you, not like
Right. I don't plan on killing her or him because we need information from them.
Okay,
And they could potentially become allies. Who the
That
fuck
would be
knows? I don't know what
fucked
they're
up.
gonna do with
Probably
them.
not.
But no.
that'd be fucked up.
I'll do that for my movement, but my shoulder pod is going to shoot that guy as I'm going through the wall.
Okay,
Nice. Very nice.
Shoulder
But
pods,
let me
they're
do my,
useful.
my strength one. And
Yeah.
strength is just half my strength plus my strength, right?
correct. Yep.
This system's actually kind of simple. Everything's kind of really pared down.
So we'll go with the 34.
So
Jesus, fuck bunnies.
Damn, Jeff.
you pull her out of the way and shoulder through this wall. As you're doing that, the missile pod fires off. I'll go ahead and roll that really quick.
Yep. Let me double check. I think my
Please
sheath
roll
pods
as good.
marks.
Right.
Yeah, please.
Ridiculous, right? That's a good roll.
Because otherwise Ember's going to have to burn him down, then go after the plants.
Is this minis?
Ember
So I'll
can
go
call a
with the
meteor
18.
strike.
That's what
18.
Ember's going to do.
Ember is the meteor strike.
Well, that's how you take care of the plants.
Oh, you got me by 4.
Sweet.
Damn it. All right, so you're still in the +1 damage range. So +1 from your successes, then
Yep.
your damage.
And the shoulder pod is 3 damage, so I get 4 dice basically.
Nightmares don't mess around, man.
Ooh, they do not.
Nightmares
No.
don't fucking play. I'll take it.
What the fuck is that?
Holy
We only roll well when it
Oh
counts.
my god. All right, so he's got 16. Cuts it by half, but that still puts him at 56.
wow.
I'm just gonna. You blast this guy back through the kitchen when the missile pod
Goodbye.
hits him, and he just kind of sits slumped over the counter. Now, from what Ember can see through that door, you see these crazy plants are just starting to writhe and just grow larger by the second. One vine reaches out, snatches him, and it pulls him back over the counter towards the 4 of them. As it gets up and over that counter into that red stained blood curdling room, he gets ripped apart, and the blood that hits all these plants makes them grow faster.
That sounds
Fuck me. It sucks
Lovely.
so bad.
It's a Cthulhu version of Audrey too.
We are never watching Little Shop of Horrors again.
I love that movie.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Is
Oh,
all
yeah.
you hear from in the closet with the guy.
So Savage bursts through the bathtub wall. So the tile and all like the mortar from around the tiles in the bathroom wall just crash on into the floor. You shatter the mirror across the way from you by the force of your just crushing through this wall. She's just limp at this point. She's trying to like shoot fingers off, but as you move, like the gun's just going wild at this point. She's not hitting anything. Like she's literally like you have your claws around her head. She's trying to shoot them off her freaking face.
Right. And you can't see my claws in that picture, but they're 3 massive fucking just massive talon thingies.
Yeah, they're huge.
Technical name, taloned thingies.
Talon thingies.
Talon thingies.
It is a professional name. It's the working name. So
The scientific name. I mean, it's
that leads us, if I'm not mistaken, to the top of the next round. Yeah.
yep.
All right.
believe so. Now there's a planned version of Zanich in my head. Thank all of you, and also fuck all of you.
That's hilarious. All right.
You are most welcome.
So the top we have. Oh. We have Lindsay. Lindsay's gonna try to shoot this son of a bitch point blank. Pow! Let's try to get your releaser.
His grip tightens,
Right.
sealing off her mouth and sealing off her airways.
Go to 17.
Oh,
Right. I can't dodge. I'm holding her.
I think you still technically get to roll your
I
dodge.
need you to though, because how much? Unless you want to have your defense be a 1, by which case she'll beat you by 16.
Well, I guess I'm moving, so it's moving
Yeah.
her around, right?
well,
Yeah.
you have her palmed, so you can also turn her as she's trying to shoot you,
Yeah. Which would count as your dodge, just how quickly
That's
you do
fair.
it.
Sure.
or bang her into the fucking sink.
Or what's left of the bathtub.
Yep.
Quit it, quit it, quit it, bang, quit it, bang, quit
Which
it.
is what I thought he was gonna do originally. I'm breaking on the wall with her. I'm like, oh, that's gonna hurt.
I'll take the 18.
Okay. She'll miss.
Huh?
You manage to jerk her body aside as she's shooting at you. You can see that she's kind of like grabbed your arm and like has her hand on your arm a little farther up to figure out where your torso is. That's how she's aiming at you without taking penalty. Like literally, you're right frickin' there. But then you're like, nope,
Right.
jerking you around, and that's what kind of throws her aim off, and she completely misses. After that, it brings us actually to both Arclight and Savage. So let's go with Arclight first.
He High Top's pretty fucked up, isn't he?
He got hit pretty hard with a molten rock fist. He's at 28, so he's like lightly wounded, essentially.
Oh, shit. Yeah. And on my turn, I'm going to roll my.
Oh, you
My
regen.
regen real
Yep.
quick.
All right, I'm gonna come through this window over here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go ahead and open fire on him.
3.
All right. He's going to just throw himself to the other side of the closet, essentially, and juke back and forth while he's trying to dodge you.
Fair enough.
Go ahead and roll your attack, Chris. I got my dodge ready and waiting. Do you want to spend anything?
I said I spent one dromedary.
Okay. Oh, there it goes.
So 22.
1 dromedary.
One dromedary.
He'll go with the 15, so you'll get over by 7, so it's plus 2 damage dice for the successes.
And then whatever your gun be.
Yeah, so effectively, you stream in, and as he's jumping back and forth trying to get out of your way, you can still see him as he's passing through the closet, obviously, because you're scanning senses, and you just patiently take a beat on him and pull the trigger.
Yeah, I've got all the senses. They're all boxed. They're clicked.
Jesus.
That's
Wow. That's rough.
Holy shit.
It's a Traeger-sized enforcer.
Jesus.
Damn.
Ooh.
34. Okay, that's fun. So that's going to be...
Oh, is he dead?
I hope not.
Drop your weapons. You have 30 seconds to comply.
He ain't complying to shit. Like, literally, you shoot him, and he slams back into the back end of the closet and slumps.
I don't think I have anything to help with this. Did I take medicine?
I can cauterize his wounds.
You did such a good job of that the first time.
Yeah, you could.
Cauterize his whole body.
Yeah, you could. He's rolled
didn't
1
take
twice
medicine?
now with armor. It was just meant to be, guys.
And
Yeah,
it's
because
my
the
turn
time
now, yeah?
before, was for
For
trauma.
Ember's, yeah, it was the
Yeah.
trauma for Ember's fist in the face. So he slumps, like he's done. Like you went over death's door.
So medicine is not bringing him back.
No, sir.
Um,
like literally, he has no throat anymore. Because when you're like taking the bead, he does one little last juke, and as you pull the trigger, and you catch him right in the throat, and just blow it,
It was
back
supposed
out.
to be a shoulder shot, so we dropped the weapon.
He moved too much. It's on him, man. You can't be blamed.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm going to get a submachines.
Well, shit. Is literally all you hear out of Ghost for that one is just, well, fuck.
And it's my turn.
Yes.
I'll use my other hand to open the door, and I'll use my 6-foot tentacle that comes out of my hand. It'll wrap around his leg, and I'll take my movement, and we'll start backing out. And I'll just say retreat. Fuck the plants, not ours to deal with.
Ray, is that actually hard to deal with?
You guys fight Children of Chaos. You fight the Doanoids, man. Like,
Right, they're just
Are you
plants.
Doanoid?
no. They
Fuck,
don't. They
no way
don't.
they Doanoids.
They're not Doanoid. They don't tick off on your senses. There's something though.
That's fucking weird.
Sounds like an NEG problem to me.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you have a soldier
Actually.
in your hand, so you might want to knock her out.
I'll be as we're retreating. I'm just running with her, so I'll be shaking her, not to break her neck, but to make sure if she's gonna keep trying to shoot, it's gonna be a motherfucker.
Are the dudes in
I
this
can't
stairwell
tell her
still
to
coming
stop
up?
or I'll kill her, but
You can choke her out.
oh, that's fair. I can
Like just
do
the
that. I have a
tendril,
strength of
right?
4. Yeah, the tendril that's
Yep.
already coming out will wrap around her, and it'll constrict while I'm running.
Okay.
And that's the plan, is to choke her out. I need one
What
of
about
these two alive, and I'm bringing his body in case he has something on him. We don't have time to look through it right now with fucking bloodsucker plants coming after us. So
I'm gonna
you're a
radio
tiger.
to Chavel. I'm gonna be like, "What's going on out there?"
Eric, Interceptor, like you hear a brief moment of like static before he clicks in. He's like, we got a lot of NEG. Those choppers starting to come back this way.
Oh man, even the
It's a
plants are
trash.
faster than me.
Shit.
retreat.
You'll see tendrils start to grow out of this one here, Chris, and they're literally going through the wall. Like you'll see pieces like wooden roots start to burst through the bedroom wall on this side as they're crawling towards this new fresh blood supply.
Cool. I'm out.
Get the car.
So here's the question: you're in public. It's daylight.
Shit. Yeah.
You've already been buzzing around. So let's take you have being seen been a foregone conclusion. The question
Right.
is, what are you doing once you fly back out this time?
Shit.
You have the keys.
All right. Before I fly out,
Okay.
I'm gonna use all my senses to look outside to look out and see what's going on out there.
There are people on
real
the next
quick.
building over on the balconies, like pointing at you guys, like where you guys are at. Like, you know.
Okay. All right. And am I able to focus in on the transmissions from the helicopters?
You have to see them. Like they're on the other side. So the literally the way you're looking at right now is going further west. They're coming from the arcology now because they went there, so they're actually on their way back out. So I would actually say no.
Okay, because I got long range, so all
Right.
my senses are doubled.
Right.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. All right, so in that case, I am not going outside. I'm fucking moving
Okay.
out. I'm following.
I'm staying invisible and getting the fuck out. Get to the car if I have to.
Okay.
That's where we're going, yeah.
So is everybody staying in this form?
Until we get downstairs, because I need to have her in my tendril long enough to choke her out.
Right. So you guys are going back through the stairwell again.
Yes.
Hold on. Maybe I'm scanning the stairwell. Is there anybody in there?
Yeah, there are 3 people like halfway up. Looks like they're
Are they-
Elevator.
they look like they're in normal clothes, like maybe people who live here. They look like standard people off the street, man. You know, jeans, maybe like a little ragged, you know, jacket or something
Is
like
there-
that. But there's
Is there another stairwell?
no, there's not. But there's also something that pings off you immediately when you start seeing them, and they're donoids, 3 of them.
3 donoids in the stairwell, coming up,
Look,
non-transformed.
Amber, deal with them.
You want them, or you want me to deal with the plants that are coming up behind us?
Fuck the plants.
Fuck the
deal
plants.
with them. We're retreating.
He's gonna fucking jump through the stairwell and just descend like a fucking meteor.
I'm
That-
meteor striking something. I don't care what it is. So
Oh,
Go hit the donoids.
do you
So
want to
you-
meteor? So if you meteor strike the stairwell, well, you're ruining all the stairs, right?
oh yeah.
You'll probably crush them with falling concrete stairs.
Okay. So here's the thing.
We can jump.
I'm a pyro, and in order for me to eventually hit metamorphosis, I have to cause a certain number of mass fires.
Oh my god. Well,
So this building, this is all I've been thinking about since we've been in this building. This is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. I'm going to step out and meteor strike the stairwell.
Okay. So you step through the door of the apartment, step out into the hallway itself, and again, it's a dirty hallway. Like this is not the nicest of apartment buildings, right?
it will be cleansed by fire.
It will be when you walk to the stairwell and open it. You get that creak as the door opens and it hits like the cinder block of the stairwell, and you look down and you see these 3 guys as that orangish light of your fire shines down through the stairwell. They look up and they're like, "Hey!" And you'll see them start to shift. And what's in it for you is kind of a gratification. You remember the Alib? The half fish, half lizard looking people that you guys fought last game?
Yeah.
One of them's one of those. Well, actually, 2 of those are those guys. And then another one starts, like, their ears erupt in those massive bat's ears that
Oh, hey, that motherfucker again.
that Mumra had, before it got ruined. But you see them start to shift, and then you call down your meteor strike. And hell emerges into this contained area. As the meteors start hitting the stairwells, you hear the crack of concrete as the sustained power of just falling flaming rocks starts to crush, their connections to the wall itself, and they start just falling. And it's literally just like a flight of stairs crunches down the next level. Meteors keep hitting that, and that crunches down to the next level. So literally, 4 levels down, these donoids finally shift, and they're like, shit, and then it just gets smashed
Splat.
between like hundreds of tons of concrete as it's just starting to just collapse down, into the stairwell. The other side of it is your fire isn't really earthly in origin. You know what I mean? So things like fire doesn't burn concrete doesn't really hold weight here because it's starting to turn it into molten slag and just start to melt it down as the stairwell keeps on crashing down and starts catching fire along the sides of the walls.
Fuck you.
You guys all feel the building shake as the stairwells start to collapse.
Oh, going time is now. Going time was 10 minutes ago.
Yep. I'm going to... First, I'm going to... Since it's a new round, technically, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're not really in combat anymore, really, so...
Well, I'm
Oh,
Regenning.
regenning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, technically, I think I went last.
Yeah.
I'm going to bust through the apartment across the hall.
Okay.
And since
Just
you can't
shoulder
use
checking the
stairs-
door, or are you trying to go through?
Yeah.
All right.
No, just right through the door is fine. And I'll be going out directly out into the balcony, and we're gonna start going down balcony wise if we can't go down the stairwell. Or
Breach.
unless we can try.
Elevator.
Unless we can try going down the stairwell. 'Cause
So you kick down the door to this apartment without issue whatsoever. For your strength level, it's like walking through cardboard. You're just like crushed, and you basically open up to an identical apartment to this one, and it's a little more dirty. Looks like maybe like some younger workers are here because you have like takeout containers everywhere, and like there's like a futon that's been unrolled and has like cookie crumbs all over it. It's just a mess, this apartment. So you break in and you look around, you look to the balcony, and through the windows of the balcony, you can see the NEG helicopters.
fuck me.
They're still a couple 100 yards out, easy, like maybe about a mile away.
Yo, Savage. I'm gonna open up. I'm gonna try and pry open the elevator doors.
They open to your strength. Like, I mean, you're only at an 8, but you're still above like a normal human. And so with the talons and claws you have as Arclight, you can definitely pry that open.
I didn't know there was an elevator shaft.
Yeah, there were 2 elevators here.
Okay. Cool. Fuck it. I'll go over to the elevator.
Oh,
I'll grab hold and...
yeah, stepping inside looks like they're all at the bottom floor. So you guys can just
Perfect.
grab on and slide. I mean, as a Tager, that's not going to really bother you at all.
Yeah, I'll use the tentacled hand that has his dead body. Since I'll use that hand, but the tentacle will still hold him as we go down, and I have her in my other hand.
Okay. I know that Arclight can fly, and technically,
I can carry Ghost.
Ghost has the easiest way out of everybody. She just
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
phase with the floor, drop. Phase with the floor, drop. Just boom, 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 boom. So she can handle that. The question is
And
Ember.
stay invisible.
Ember can go down the stairwell because the fire's not going to bother him. That's the only reason I didn't go through the stairwell.
It's true.
Is because magma.
Magma.
Well, now that the stairwell is gone, I mean, it was what 20 floors at
Yep.
this point.
Yeah.
Yep.
How high up was the rubble?
You're
to be
looking
able
at
to- like,
probably
how much of a drop would it be if I were to just try and like?
about, I'd say 100 feet, because it's like 10 stories piled up, essentially. Or you can climb down. I mean, you got those big molten rock bear claws just pink into the wall and just...
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll climb down.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for just to keep this going. So you climb your way down to like the 10th floor. And then you pretty much have a hollow center where all the stairwells are at. But the bottom floor, you can look down and see the entrances are blocked off. So you kind of have to get off here and then find another way down. Because, like, remember, like, the stairwells all collapsed. So, like, the stacks of concrete are blocking the doors. You could burn your way through. I mean...
Bigger fire.
That's not beyond the realm of reason. Just melt your way through the concrete to leave the the stairwell and get into the lobby.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Like, yes.
More fire.
Yes.
Give this man more fire, more better.
So you get down the last 10 stories, just as everybody else is getting down as well from you guys get on top of the elevator. Technically, on the second floor, you could just go back human form and go down through the elevator, or you can just like crush through the top of the elevator.
Nope.
No, I'm just going back in human form. Drop down.
Okay, so
I'll drop his dead body down first, and then I'll drop down with her.
all right, Ghost will land in the lobby, and you'll smell this like weird burning stone smell. And like when you look over towards the stairwell, you can see this. The wall itself is starting to melt. It's just turning orange and just into goop. The paint on the other side of the wall that's facing the lobby is starting to curl and blacken and just slide up towards the ceiling as Ember melts his way into the lobby area.
Man, this is why we don't let you use the oven.
And then once I'm in the lobby area and I see everybody's shifted, I will shift back to human form, and I'll just say,
Good.
I'm not sorry.
I'm gonna. Well, good. Carry this. I'll toss him his dead body.
I'll carry him.
The throat's gone, like the back of his neck got blown out by the bullet from Arclight's gun. So when you grab him, like he's still just trickling blood and ichor all over the place.
All right.
Now we're gonna head to
Slam over
the
my
truck.
shoulder.
We're gonna try and basically weave. I'm gonna have everybody follow me, and we're gonna try and weave between cars to stay out of sight of the choppers as they come in. Because the choppers are gonna have to deal with those terrible fucking plants, man.
And the burning building.
And the fires.
And we're gonna beat feet.
You guys head outside and you got this body. There's a lot of gawkers around, by the way, at this point in time. They're like pointing up, and you can see the side of the building where the stairwell is in that corner is just burning. The flames just crawling up the entire side of the building.
Actually, at this point, I would take one arm of Deddy McDetterson to make it look like we were trying to run him out, like, oh god, the fire.
His head doesn't. It flops in a way that a head shouldn't flop if somebody's alive. You know what I mean?
I'll put my hand on the back of his head.
If you weekends at Bernie's him, sure. But then he's got this
Plan.
huge gaping hole in his neck.
Only if we pick his head up.
All right, so you're just being all like, all right, we got to find a way to make this guy not look super dead, just maybe unconscious and bloody.
Yeah.
And you're running for the van.
Yes.
Plan.
Cool.
It's probably going to blow up in like half a second.
You know what? With everybody looking at the building itself and the fact that this really weird monstrous growth is starting to rip out of the 20th floor, you'll make it in the confusion.
Oh, yay.
You guys will get to the
I
van in the
will-
confusion.
I will jump in the back, the actual back of it, with the girl and have Ember follow, and the other two can ride up front. And then, since we're in human form, I'll say, Interceptor, what do you got on chatter? We're heading out now.
Apparently, we got a building on fire, which I can see out my window, and we have two NEG choppers coming this way because things that shouldn't exist have been seen.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to deal with some terrible shit that happened up there.
Well, if you don't want to deal with some of that terrible shit, you should get moving now because we're moving in some mechs.
Time to go.
Not back to the archaeology. We'll go a little further out so we can question these people.
Are you
We can't
nuts?
get back in with kidnapping. They're kidnapping victims. Well, one's dead.
Which one?
High top. We have his NEG friend. She's unconscious.
Okay. All right. I'll see if I can get us like a safe house out here. I don't have anybody out here, but I can see if another operator does.
Sounds good.
Just
Pull out. We'll follow you.
Yeah, sure. And you'll hear him before he cuts transmission. He's like, hey, head north on the street and then take a right. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yes, I'm serious. Just fucking drive. I pay you for that. And you hear like a window rolling up, and then the transmission cuts. So you'll see the sedan down the street kind of pull out and drive by you guys, but it pauses at the end of the street so you guys can wrap around. Essentially, the sedan starts leading you through a couple of these blocks, going further and further away from the archaeology. As you do so, once you pass one of the main roads, you'll see an NEG transport truck with a mech laying down on the flatbed being driven this direction. The two choppers get overhead, and from there, you'll see what looks like tracer rounds getting fired out of the choppers towards this huge, like, wooden and leafy growth on the side of the building. At that point, you'll get probably about 4 or 5 miles away from this epicenter. Further out, like past Schaumburg, you're starting
Towards the Elgin area.
right. You're starting to encroach in that general direction. But as you start getting that way, the buildings become more run down, more shoddy, more like the buildings in the bottom of this picture than the ones on the top where you guys were at. And this is all really old brickwork, really old masonry. Clearly, it's been here from before the arcology was built, but they're scattered. Some are partially broken down, some are partially collapsed. Essentially, Eric leads you into no man's land, and you find this old warehouse that when he pulls in, well, when the sedan pulls up, it's got these massive double doors. And a lot of the windows are broken like you expect to see in like a larger warehouse, but you can't see inside. For those with, well, no, you're not in Taker form, so never mind. But those with high perception, arc light even outside of Taker form does.
I
it looks
also
like,
have a high perception.
I have a pretty decent perception as
Fair
well.
enough,
Oh,
fair
no,
enough.
it's average. It's
Mine's
5.
shit.
7.
Yeah, I have a cute sense of sight.
Yeah,
so.
so for Arclight especially, you can see that they've got a black backdrop behind those broken windows to kind of like conceal it still. Interceptor will get out of his car, and you'll see him. He's got like a massive rig. Like he's got this vest on that has one of his computers attached to his chest, like leaning out, and he's got the holo screen in front of him. He's been typing on the fly this whole freaking time. He walks up to this one of the side of the doors, and he'll touch a bit on the stonework, and you'll see a panel raise up. He'll put his hand down, and he's talking to somebody because you can see his lips moving, and you can kind of hear like his tone of voice is kind of irritated. The panel he put his hand on blinks green, and those two doors will slowly grind themselves open as he'll walk back towards the car. As he's walking back towards the sedan and getting in, he gets in the back, by the way. You guys hear over your comms, like, all right, I arranged this with another PAX operator. It's kind of a douche, so let's not really fuck the place up too much. Cool?
Noted.
We won't let Ember use the oven, we promise.
Yeah, I just don't want to deal with the guy being a dick. And so the car will pull in. And when you guys drive into this warehouse, the bottom level is very much like a skeleton, of a warehouse. So you got like the steel I-beams that are there for supports, and towards the back though you have like an office area, and you can see the people who took this over made like a balcony around the middle that's open. Looking up as you guys drive in, you can see there's actually a skylight that opens up for like takers that need to fly out for easy access in and out of this place. All the windows are blacked out from the inside. However, you guys do see holographic projections of a 360 view of around the warehouse once you pull in. So they've got cameras on the outside that are projecting the images onto the inside so that people inside can see what's going on, while people outside can't see shit inside. It doesn't look like anybody's here, though, because when the doors close and you hear that grinding, clunk of them shutting fully, you see and hear dust fall from the top of the gears and just kind of splatter out on the concrete floor. Okay, so that was a little crazy. A bit of an ending there. We got the characters all having escaped from the foliage death machines that they had unleashed or had been unleashed upon them by chat. They've made it away, pulled the survivor with them as well as the dead body of High Top, the other PAX operator. They managed to find refuge in a safe house that's put up by another Taker pack that Eric, their own operator, had managed to arrange with kind of a jerk of another operator. So they have a place to sit down and talk, and we'll see what they're going to do with the NEG private. They want to get some information from her. They don't know what her deal is, how she's connected to High Top, or anything that's going on, really. So let's see what kind of progress they make in the next video. See you guys.